Hopefully I'm not too loud. Ooh, might be a little bit. Okay. That should be better. Right about there. That should be good. Hello, Amber. Okay. Just getting everything pulled up here. And also making my usual social media rounds here. Okay. Now I gotta do all the Discord thingies. That one. That one. Alright, I think I did the rounds everywhere. Okay. That wasn't tedious at all. I need to work out a better way of doing that. Okay. Need this to go to here. And then we should be able to yeah, there we go. So, what's the opinion on the audio today now that we have the microphones sorted out? Yep, no buzzing. Hello, Key. The buzzing is gone. Yeah, there was always sort of that hiss on the back end of when I would talk. And it turns out something that this stuff was near. So this is my cloud lifter. this is kind of important because without it, the this particular microphone is not super strong on its pickup, and I would have to kind of crank it to really get stronger audio out of it. So this is a cloud lifter, kind of boosts it, and something. So I guess, you know, I mentioned to Wingless that I thought the cables were probably pretty well shielded. And so I guess one possibility could be that it wasn't the cable that was near something. It was this guy, would be my guess. Because this was sitting behind the streaming computer and fairly close to the UPS that's plugged into. So it is entirely possible, there's probably another power strip back there, that this was the guy picking up interference. Eventually, he needs to get properly routed and like mounted somewhere under my desk or something, rather than just laying on the floor. And actually right now, in order to keep him out of trouble, I have him sitting on a safe that's currently below my feet. I have not worked on this since the last time I streamed it, so we're gonna kind of just be diving into it here. Is it still loading? What the heck? Come on now. What are we figuring out here? What's going on? It appears to have frozen. Hello, computer. Why you freeze? As soon as I opened this project, it froze. What are you doing, Blender? What's going on? Blender, come on. It is completely stuck. Interesting. My entire other computer is frozen. It's very interesting. It can't be like it's frozen in terms of interaction. It hasn't crashed because that's actually where the music's coming from, and the microphone actually technically routes through that, and that's all still going through to the stream PC. So it's at least somewhat functioning, but I am unable to click on anything. So that's a thing. And I hit Control-Alt-Delete and nothing happened. So, hello, computer. What are we doing? What's happening? Why are we stuck? Huh. I mean, at least it doesn't take down stream. I can still talk to you guys. So it's the advantage of the 2 PC setup. If this guy gets crashy, the stream doesn't have to go down because of it. So. All right. Computer? What is happening? Control delete's not working. Here's the weird thing. So on the capture, you don't see my mouse move at all. I can still move my mouse around. I just can't click on anything. So like I can't decide what's frozen exactly. And I'm thinking like it should recover, but something is frozen. Oh. So you see my mouse twice because of how this is set up. That's even funnier. So that mouse you see moving is actually my mouse on my computer because OBS projects what it captures onto another display. That's what I'm actually sending. So like I have a capture card hooked to my main my main PC is hooked into a capture card and it treats it like it's a monitor. So what I do so that I can kind of choose what goes on that screen is I have OBS running on this computer as well, but it doesn't stream. I use a preview feature to send it to that display. And so it basically just becomes a full screen video feed on that display. So I can technically put my mouse over it, but that usually can't happen because if it wasn't frozen, my mouse would go off screen. That's very interesting and does not explain what has happened. Hang on. Let me see. Is there something on my other monitor that I can't? Nope. I mean, there was technically something on my other monitor. It was a prompt from OBS trying to tell me that there was an update, but that appears to be frozen as well. So it is not waiting on me there as far as I can tell. So this is just my life now, I think. Stuck like this. Hello, computer. Oh, I got a spinny wheel. We got a spinny wheel. It's doing something in the background. It's thinking. It might get there eventually. Well. So how have you both been? Might as well make conversation while I wait to see what happens. Spinny wheel again. Mega tired. Long work day. At least you have this weekend off. I am thankful I don't work weekends. Sometimes my wife does. But specifically with this being a holiday weekend, I don't think they've offered for them to work any. And even if they did, she isn't planning to, 'cause we have some stuff to do around the house. Well, that's not good, Amber. Sorry you've been sick. Better be hydrating. Drinking fluids. How have I been? I've been keeping busy. We had to get a bunch of stuff after the wedding, so we got like our new combo washer dryer machine and had that installed. And that's been interesting. Like, it works great. That's not the reason it's interesting. It's just interesting having a single machine that does both, and not having like a traditional dryer vent and everything. It also means that you have to kind of get used to the fact that when you open up the machine, when it's done drying, it's going to feel humid. And there's like a little bit of water moisture. So the idea is you like take the stuff out, and you usually have to kind of shake it a bit, and then it usually feels dry, unless it's particularly dense. And then there are settings you can run to have it dry more, or you could just run it through another dry cycle if you didn't quite get it. And then we also got a litter robot that came in the mail the other day, actually, but we need an outlet for it in that room, and so I need to do some electrical work this weekend. Yes, Amber. It does both wash and dry. So it's one big machine. I would show you a picture of it, but the computer is frozen. And so what it does basically is you put everything in, you set it up like you would a washer. It's like a front load machine. And then when it's done with its cycle for washing, it switches over to drying, and it uses some kind of heat pump, presumably with the aid of the hot water, to heat the drum to dry the clothes. Is it a robot vacuum cleaner? No, we did not get a robot vacuum cleaner. We got it's a cat litter box. So it's like a giant, I say giant, but it's like a big ball basically that sits on a pedestal, and the cats go in there, and it has like litter in the bottom of it, and the cats can use it. And then when they come out, once the sensor sees that they've come out, it will rotate internally and drop all of whatever they did down into like another box that you can just empty out, and it keeps the clean litter up top, basically. They can be dangerous. I think probably those are mostly like the third-party ones. I've never really heard of major issues with the like name brand litter robot. Certainly, if you try to like, because there's cheaper ones out there. They are expensive. There's cheaper ones out there, and if you try to go cheap, you're gonna potentially find out why it's cheap, and there's probably been corners cut. But I think at this point, litter robot's been around long enough that if that was a major issue, I don't think they'd be on the market still. Well, my computer's doing something because the mouse is now very slow. It's thinking, I guess. What is happening? I am hating everything about this frozen computer situation. Could you please? There's a part of me that feels like I could like power cycle it, and that shouldn't affect stream really because it runs on the other computer. And I think I fixed the issue where this computer like effectively controls the power of the stream PC, because that was a problem at one point. But I think it might take my mic away. On a scale of 1 to bad, how would it be bad to shut it off? So, I mean, there's always the possibility of like a file corruption, I guess. That's not terribly likely, and most of my stuff's backed up. My main concern, at one point it was bad because this computer was like the master power source of the UPS, and if this computer turned off, it would turn off the stream PC. But I'm pretty sure I fixed that. I'm not terribly convinced. So then it should be able to stay on separately. The other thing it might do, it might kill the light. That might be running off that. And it might kill some of the monitors temporarily until it comes back on. But also, since the audio is technically running through it, I may not be able to talk and there won't be music while that happens, most likely. I could be mistaken on the sound part. I just know that that's where like the software for the XLR is. So the XLR itself tends to stay on when the computer's off, so it might be fine. It might just kind of clip out for a minute. But I mean, it's either that or we don't get to do anything. So all right, here we go. If I'm mistaken and the stream PC is still relying on this one to control the power source, then the stream will go down, but I will get back as soon as possible. Okay, I hit the power button and it stopped the music, but nothing's turned off yet. Oh, there it goes. Kind of. Oh, that's weird. That's really weird. There it goes. Cancel the shutdown. Cancel the shutdown. Abort shutdown. I think it saved itself somehow. Kind of. We're gonna kill that. Yeah, stream is still up, but that's also because the computer didn't fully turn off yet. The process of, I hit the power button and it started trying to properly shut down the computer, surprisingly, right? Because I didn't hold it down. I just pressed it. So it started shutting down processes and apparently was able to, I guess, shut down whatever was being a problem. So that got it far enough along. That it brought up the shutdown screen and I was able to cancel out of that, which gets me back to my desktop. Whoops, OBS has crashed. This is on the main PC, the one that... Oh, come on. What all did it take down when it shut down? Okay, let's see if we can get music back. Didn't know you could press the button to make it start the shutdown process. Oops. That will depend on your computer, actually. And that's also something you can sometimes control in like your computer BIOS settings. Mine is specifically set for that to be an option, but that may not always be the case with every computer. Okay. Got music back. Let's see. I'm gonna try to open Blender again. See what happens with that. I assume Blender wasn't the problem, but there's no telling. Ooh. Okay. That was weird. Blender just crashed. Okay. I'm in Blender. Blender's working. It's not being crashy. That's good. Not that. This. Yeah, that's probably fine. Okay. We recovered from whatever the weird crash was about. Not snap selection to cursor. Can I make that go away? Oh boy. It has been too long since I was working on this. Did you not snap? Cursor. Ow. I want to get rid of you. There we go. That seems to have undone whatever I accidentally did. Okay. All right. Everything is kind of working again. I'll probably end up rebooting the computer after stream just to get everything reopened properly. So, probably need to start with the face. So in this case, I have to sneeze. Oh, tickle on my nose. Object. No, add mesh cube. Edit mode. Move selected object. And then shrink it down. Let's see. What was the command? Is it T? No, it has to be an edit mode. Like Control T? Or you control? No. Oh no. R, Control R. That's what it was. Add a line there. It was this view. Oops. Modifiers. Mirror. Okay, I don't really need this to be a square though. Not really. In fact, there's going to be at least one of those faces that I'll probably get rid of pretty shortly. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off with this being the construction for his nose. That's going to serve a little bit difficult simply because his face is not quite uniform, unfortunately. I wish it wasn't the case, but that's kind of how it has worked out. I think I can scale him a smidge, and that might get it closer without making it drastically different. Because in this view, we have placed his nose sort of dead center in this, with this sort of coming down to like the tip of his nose, and this coming up between his eyes. But in this view, we are nowhere near that, which means that his entire face is like too high, basically. Which is also strange though, because that means that at least part of his face is fine, because we've got this in line with his chin. So his eyes, nose, and mouth appear to be positioned differently. In the horizontal drawing. Which I'm not really sure how that can be the case. Yeah, you know what? It almost looks like when the artist drew this for me, it almost looks like they tried to bring his beard down. And his beard is more prominent on this drawing than it is here, and it's making his jawline look incorrect. That's what I'm kind of leaning towards right now. Let me kind of shrink this back roughly how it was. It does make it a little tricky to work with. But it also makes a little more sense. What I could do that probably will work is make the image wider. I was keeping the drawing at sort of the same uniform scale that it was given to me in, but that clearly isn't going to work. However, if I squat it down a bit, then this may work fine, or at least be closer. In the real world, this would be a case of needing to get this entirely redrawn, but I don't want to do that. Not at this stage. Do this. There, that should be all right. Yeah, we'll call that close enough. I can still put an edge loop in here. Do like that, and then not like that. Bring this in. Nope, not that. Yeah, it's definitely not proportional. Okay, so what we may need to do then is we don't want to keep wasting time trying to make a drawing that is not proportional work proportionally. So the answer is probably going to be that we need to come up with an alternative. I think the alternative probably ought to be that we come up with like a look-alike. See if we can find somebody that kind of looks like the character. And then I can probably get like profile pictures. Or somewhere, if I can find it, I have photo references for human beings. Like it's part of like an artist's drawing packet. And if I can find that, I wager there's a generically grizzled male in those references somewhere. We have ad break, so I did not start the stream avatars. Okay, we are back from ads. I'm gonna see if I can find this file that I'm looking for. Thanks for the lurk, Warden. I hope you've had a good day. Let's see. Could it be in my concepts folder? That would be a place that would make sense. But this looks like it's concepts for an old game project. That's not the place. That's funny. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for either. But I'll have to open that at some point and see how far along that particular idea was. It's not in there. Not in there. Nope, definitely not that. These are the thing I'm looking for. I have not used in a very long time, so it is entirely possible that I don't have them anymore, and finding them like on the internet could be very, very difficult. kind of what I was looking for. But it's only one of the references. So I don't really have much of an option for what his face is going to look like in that case. All right, give me a second here. Where the heck is that program hiding? Ah, you would be over there. Why are you over there? Okay. Let me just do that for a moment. I mean, it gives me like a profile of this person, but I don't know. It would limit me. Right? There isn't by chance a thing in here that tells me where I got it. Let's see. Oh, this is the guy. That's not. Hmm. This is the only one I have copies of. could do that, but it doesn't look much like the character. You know, it's funny. I keep looking at the concept art, the one that's on the stream, there where you can see it, under my camera view. And I keep looking at that face and trying to decide who I think he looks like. And the colored in one, I can't help but think like a sad Keanu Reeves. Especially with the beard. Because he has kind of those high cheekbones. You see the vision, sad Keanu in the rain. Yeah, I mean, I could almost use a reference image of Keanu Reeves. It wouldn't end up coming out enough like him that it would be his image. I'm not that good of a modeler. He would at best look like dollar store Keanu Reeves. Be the Keanu Reeves we have at home kind of situation. Okay. Maybe that's what I need to do. Front and side. Let's see. trying to find a front and side profile of him from around the same point in time. 'Cause that'll make it a lot easier than to have like him at 2 different ages. Okay, let's do. I mean, it's like a guarantee that there's references of you, dude. Like, you've had so many 3D models of your face made at this point. There's gotta be something floating around on the internet. That was aside from profile, but of a much younger Keanu Reeves. This one like this drawing looks a bit more like him now. Here's an idea. I wonder if it would be easier for me to find reference art for his character Cyberpunk. That actually might be easier than trying to find pictures of him from like the right time period. That doesn't seem to really be working either. Okay, let me just go back to trying to find two similar pictures. Ironically, his picture on IMDb is probably the front profile for the right kind of time period. Can I? Okay. He's got a lot of angled photos. He doesn't have so many. Direct side pictures. Proving tricky to find what I want. Okay, that's pretty close. Let's see. What's funny is one of the things I found appears to be someone's 3D model of him, um, but does seem to kind of give me a side profile. So that's interesting. Um, this may take some research. Let's see. That actually might work. Interesting. Cooler. I mean, it's a heck of a lot closer. These would be a heck of a lot closer than I've been dealing with so far. Interesting. Now, the dilemma is, how do I feel about it? Huh. I have to think about that one. Found something I might be able to use. Maybe. Why was that popping up? That's not supposed to pop up there. Okay. This could no. Don't do that. We have ad break coming in. Ad time. Really? Is that entirely necessary? It's funny to see my reaction. Well, I'm sure it is. Oh, and you also redeemed a hydrate. I was looking at my phone because, we're on an ad break. I'm not giving you your stretch because you already made me jump once. Music's getting staticky. Yeah, music's getting staticky, and I don't know why. Let's try a different playlist. No, it's all of it. Could just be a Spotify thing. Well, that song is really glitchy, but because that song is just supposed to sound like old game music. Okay. This seems to be better. So, I'm trying to decide. I've still got the ads thingy. We're not in the ad break anymore. I'm trying to decide. We have a need for better reference art for the face. And I was having trouble finding both front and side pictures from the right sort of time period. So I tried something, and I had, in fact, I can show this. Give me a moment. So asked. Let me see here. Get my screenshot software open again. Okay, that's not what I'm trying to show. Just give me a minute. Capture. There it goes. So started off, I was trying to find these pictures, right? And so I was like, I'm having trouble tracking them down. I wonder if I can ask ChatGPT to search for pictures, right? And it actually did a pretty good job. It found ones that I had not found yet, which are closer to the side profile. And this one actually is kind of funny because this guy here is actually a 3D model that somebody else made. But I was like, okay, these will kind of work. They're, you know, this one's got kind of too much stuff. It looks a little messed up because of all the rain and everything. And this one kind of works. I'd have to like re-angle it to line everything up. And this isn't quite side profile, but I could work with that. But I noticed it was like, I told it what I wanted to use it for. I wanted to use it for reference art. And it asked if I wanted any clean line art turnarounds derived from the photos. And so normally I'm kind of, you know, I'm like, the AIs are trained on artist work and you don't want it ripping off artists, right? But I was like, is it actually going to create something that looks like a filter was applied to it? Is it actually going to create something? And it came up with browsers. Okay, well that browser's frozen, so I can't take a screenshot of that. Anyways, it came up with a line art drawing, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I was able to like check it out side by side, and they did actually line up. Came up with these, and I checked them out, and they are actually like, they line up to scale. And I'm like, I'm torn on it because this is actually a perfect model sheet for what I need to do. and the features line up, I can handle the other details myself. That's fine. But the structure of the face, the details, they line up. But like, it was AI that generated it. I feel a little scuzzy using it. I don't know. I may have to think over that dilemma. Because on the one hand, it's like kind of precisely what I need in this scenario. And I'm not technically using the art. Like, the original design of the character is designed by a human. I didn't alter the design. I just need better reference for the face, and I'm choosing a real person. So, I mean, I could have effectively probably got a similar. Yeah, and it's more the proportions than the design of the actual face. So like, theoretically, I could sit down over a period of a few hours, take some images of him, and like trace over them and get roughly the same effect. Those are just so much cleaner than like an actual photo. I don't have all the extra noise to deal with, and they're easy to line up. So I'm gonna have to think that one over, because it has generally been my standpoint to avoid specifically the generative part of AI. I think it's really useful for like looking things up, learning things. But the moment it starts creating is when it kind of tends to become problematic. So let's see. Oh, that's why I'm not hearing that. That makes sense. Okay. Loud. Well, Amber, I think I'm going to call it. I'll be live tomorrow to play some video games. You appear to be the only one in here. Do you want me to raid you out somewhere, or do you want to go about your business? Zoomers is live. She's playing in the ocean. Alright, well, we will go see Zoomers, and I will be live again tomorrow. I hope you feel better.